Hey guys. So I know it's been a little while since I posted anything. I told you what went down in my last video. My parents kind of flipped out about the fact that somebody had seen the video. So I guess I'll give you guys a little update. I had my first appointment with Dr. Maddie yesterday. She did like a little intake and discussed my medical history, and I took my labs. And I have an appointment scheduled for 2 weeks. At that point, depending on what the labs indicate, I should be able to start testosterone, which would be awesome. However, was it yesterday? It wasn't yesterday. 2 days ago, I had my appointment. Yesterday, I sent a big old packet of tranny goodness to my parents. I had my second coming out letter, which was really like a I'm serious about this letter. And also just addressing some of the things that they said that hurt me or that didn't make sense or that I was puzzled by, and then did my own research to figure out what was going on. And I've sent a P flag pamphlet, which is like 60 pages, and it's just really letting them know a little bit of what's going on with me and how they can support me, and how we can still be a family. Because I don't know if you know what PFLAG is, but it's like a parents of gays and lesbians or something like that. But they're trying to beef up their trans portion, so I'll put a link to that. Um, Here now, I'll put it there, and I also included a poem about letting your kids grow into what they're supposed to be and not trying to live vicariously through them. I'll put a link to that there also, just because I like poetry and it's a really good one. And the blog, I found it on the blog, so the blog entry is on there also. And what the woman has to say is it's very good. Also, I put I put a book called The Transgender Child for families and teachers or something like that. But it's basically um, an objective book on being transgendered, or they also include a lot of things on gender variance. So if that's what you're dealing with, it's good for that also. It's a pretty cheap book, so I'll put a link to there also down there. And is that it? I also put 2 CDs of songs uh, that I thought expressed how I was feeling at the moment. Um, I guess I'll put those down there too if you want to listen to them and figure out how I feel through song. Um, so I sent that off yesterday. I'm trying to figure out if that's all I sent. I'm pretty sure it is. Um, so that cost like $11, and I mean I was not sure how they were going to take it. I feel like whenever I talk to them, they're listening, or they're not talking, but they're not really listening or hearing what I have to say. Um, and so I also know that I communicate better through writing. So that was what I did with my first coming out letter. Was I wrote something and I read it to them. That was not the best approach, because it's still them two against me. And I can think on the spot, but I have trouble conveying my thoughts. So, and also, and just trying to keep it a clean fight. I don't want them to confuse this with rebellion or with disrespect. So I have to keep this as clean as possible on my side. Um, so I sent that yesterday. They got it today. I received an email from my mom, a pretty long email. And it was a pretty decent email. The only thing, I just have a few issues with a few things that she said regarding just, just a couple of things, and then I have to, further explain to her, but they haven't read the packet yet, so I'm giving them a chance to do that. The only thing is that if they're going to read all the stuff and not disown me, I may have to postpone my appointment. they did appreciate me not leaving them in the dust, not running off, not disassociating myself. However, like I'm going to explain to my mom, uh, this is something that I deal with every day, all the time, and I can't. I want this. I want them to not necessarily accompany me, but I want them to be a part of my life still. And I know to do that, it'll take patience and time and understanding on both parts. However, I deal with this every day, and I can't wait for them to find time to deal with this issue. You know, it's not by any means my defining quality, but it is something. Not feeling comfortable in your skin is something that you feel pretty strongly and pretty often. It's not something, that you can forget about, especially something dealing. Sorry, an extraneous hair on my arm. It's not something that you can just put to the side because it's brought up as much as you want to pretend like it doesn't matter, or not pretend, but as much as you understand that gender doesn't matter, it is still very much woven into every aspect of our society. How people interact with you, how you're treated at the store, um, just how you interact with humans in class. You're always having to write your name, sign your name. You're always having to, people call you, and regardless of how out you are, there's that, or, just not being able to be fully out, you know, just in respect for those who aren't ready for it yet. But at the same time, like I said, I'm very directly impacted by the situation, and they're very indirectly impacted because if they, I have to live with it, they don't. If they feel like they can't handle it, we can part ways for a while, and I wouldn't mind. But so that's my only thing right now. I don't know how this got to 7 minutes, but I will put all of the stuff that I promised in down there, and then I'm gonna try to do another video on my letter. I know that people are interested, as I was interested in letters that people write to their parents about their situation. So I'm going to stop now and do that one. So I'll see you guys as soon as I finish reading. All right. But I am made of more than my